The Monday night edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks as always for watching this video. I'm always very impressed and pleased with how many weather geeks there are out there across the valley. And, this video is not just for the geeks. It's also for the people who, maybe their business depends on the weather. They just need a more detailed forecast than you're ever going to get in 2.5 or 3 minutes on TV. That's who this video is for. Start things off tonight reviewing the month so far. 72 was the high today. 74 was our forecast issued this morning, so we were within 2 degrees. We get a green check mark for the day, and we've only missed 2 days out of the last month. It's something like that. I haven't looked at the exact numbers, but we're something like 29 for 31 or something like that. So we had a good run, taking us back to the middle of May. Our accuracy for the year so far, 72%. All right, let's talk about the dew points for a couple of minutes here. It remains very comfortable outside after a very muggy day Saturday. Yesterday was like a breath of fresh air. It was beautiful. Sunshine, drier air. It was a perfect June day. Today ended up being a little bit cloudier, but it's still very comfortable with dew points in the 40s. Now, this is going to change as we head towards midweek. We've got one more day with pretty low dew points coming our way tomorrow. Upper 40s, lower 50s. It'll still be very comfortable outside. Now, look at all the juicy air building out here to the west. You know that's eventually going to come east, and it'll start to on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday's not super Florida muggy just yet, but we'll see those dew points trying to creep up into the lower 60s before the day is through. And then it's Wednesday night into Thursday that we really notice the dew points. We could have a dew point in the tropical range here of about 70 Thursday afternoon. Thankfully, this is only kind of a 2-day deal, Wednesday into Thursday. Watch what happens as we go into Friday. Front slides in from the north. We get into more of a northeasterly breeze, and that'll knock the dew points back to the 50s, setting the stage for a very, very nice weekend. Now, the weekend's going to be warm. It's going to be great pool weather this weekend. Sunshine, warm temperatures, but humidity levels will be down. Check out the dew point trend. Again, things might kind of peak on Thursday, dropping back into the mid-50s Friday, and even though the weekend will feature temperatures up in the 80s, with dew points in the 50s, it's still going to be very nice. Very comfortable nights with dew points in the 50s. The air can cool off pretty effectively at night. So even though, again, the afternoons will be toasty, the night times might need to open up the windows, give the air conditioner a rest. All right, unfortunately, we did have some clouds that rolled in this afternoon with a little disturbance that's crossing the Great Lakes. This is probably enough to spoil a really good pass of the International Space Station this evening at 9:46. If you want to go out at 9:46 and look up and hope maybe the clouds cleared over your backyard, a really bright high pass of the ISS happening at starting at 9:46 this evening. But for most of us, I think the clouds are going to kind of win the battle for a large part of the night tonight. But the sky remains clear off to our west, and I think this clearing will work back in as we go into our Tuesday. So let's take a look at the modeling here. Tuesday turns out to be partly to at times mostly sunny. Might be a little bit sunnier around I-79 than back towards the heart of our viewing area, but nonetheless a dry day Tuesday. As we go to Wednesday, our warm front pushes in. This is the leading edge of that higher dew point air, and this might try to spark a shower at just about any point on Wednesday, but I'll tell you, I don't think it rains much during most of the daylight hours Wednesday. I think the most active part of Wednesday is towards evening, and especially after dark. As you can see, the model showing a band of showers, perhaps some thunder here by 7 or 8. So as long as you get in those outdoor activities before 7, 8 o'clock, I suspect most of us are going to be in pretty good shape on Wednesday. But check the forecast often for the latest information. That's the way it looks right now. We're still going to be in the soupy air on Thursday, and with a little area of low pressure kind of staying put for one more day, the atmosphere will still be warm, it'll still be unstable, and a pretty good chance for wet weather at just about any point. On Thursday, there could even be some strong storms that day. Now, backing up to Wednesday, pardon me, there is a threat for severe weather on Wednesday, not locally, but off to the west, Dayton, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Chicago. They're in the slight risk zone out there. I think any late-day thunderstorms here on Wednesday will not be severe. Could you hear a rumble of thunder? Sure, but not looking for any severe weather. Thursday, though, could be a day to watch for some stronger storms. All right, the big story as we head into the longer range, as far as a national perspective, is the heat that's going to start building. Now, the pattern right now is not a hot one in the west, thanks to this area of low pressure up over Vancouver and Portland and Seattle. But the pattern will evolve as we head towards the end of the week and the weekend. That low is going to park over southwestern parts of Canada and not move, and that's going to allow a big honking ridge to develop over the southwest. This is a very impressive feature. Record heat certainly is going to happen in a lot of places in western Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, maybe into parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Colorado as well. This is the 17th, so this is Friday. As we go into the weekend, the heat only continues to intensify. I'll tell you, some parts of Arizona, especially in the deserts, could try to touch 120. Southeastern California as well. And notice how this is oriented, kind of southwest to northeast. So this heat will spread. Now, while the most intense heat is going to be well to our west, I do think that while we're on the periphery of this, we will get in on some pretty warm air. By the weekend and early next week, we could be flirting with 90 one or two times. And then as we go towards the middle of next week, here's the 22nd, which would be next Wednesday, the ridge starts to flatten a little bit, get a little troughiness trying to squeeze through the Great Lakes, and that will knock down the most intense heat. Now, we could still be in the 80s, but I think our hottest part of next week is likely to be early in the week, probably Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday as well. So here's the 10-day temperature trend. Again, notice I have the heat kind of peaking here from Father's Day through Monday and into Tuesday, when we could be about 10 degrees above average, with the heat then retreating somewhat towards the middle of the week. But look at this pattern. Each of the next 10 days, by some degree, above average. Our average highs over the next 10 days start out at 77 tomorrow. Then our average high by the middle of next week is up to 80 degrees. Well, if you think that's warm, I mentioned Phoenix. Check out the European model temperature forecast for Phoenix. I'm just showing this for fun. This has no bearing on our weather, but 116 and I think, again, 120 is not outside of the realm of possibility in Phoenix and southwestern Arizona, southeastern California as well. So that's some serious heat. That's hot even for them. All right, that's tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. As always, be sure you're following me on all my social media accounts. Facebook, Twitter's the best, and Instagram as well for all those cool weather pictures. And every now and then I share some pictures of my dog and things like that on my Instagram account. I'm Eric WFMJ. All right, thanks for watching this video again, and I'll see you tonight at 21 News at 11. Have a great Monday night.